Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of February 28th through March 4th, 2022. Okay, and what I'll do here is, like always, I will look at all the major Forex currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame. Okay, and I do that just so we can see what happened this past week. All right, and then I will look at the higher time frames. This is the 1 hour and 4 hour chart, using my new magnificent trend indicator, and then we will try to pinpoint which way the market is going to be headed this coming week, right? So to begin with, all right, the US dollar did gain this past week, had a big spike up towards the end of the week, which falls in line with my my theory. Okay, I cannot prove this 100%, but I have seen these happen time and time again. Usually around Wednesdays, going into Thursdays, we see a market correction. Okay, we see reversals in the market. So I don't know why. I think it's planned that way, but no matter what, this is what repeatedly happens over and over. So if you look here at the chart I got pulled up right now, which is Euro versus US dollar, okay, we see here in the middle of the week that the price dipped down. That means that the US dollar went up. Okay, if the US dollar goes up, the euro, the Great British Pound, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, all those other ones will go do the opposite. They will go down. Okay, so here we see a big drop, but now we see it starting to slowly go back up. So again, we have another reversal, so that's okay. And I think this will continue to go up, okay, based on my indicator here. And how high will it go up? I don't know. But if I go to the 4 hour chart, here's a bigger picture of what is going on, okay? We see we had a long drop right here. So this drop we had here this past week is not, you know, part of what has been going on. Okay, it's been dropping for the last couple weeks steadily. So we had a range of market and then dropped. So we had a big uptrend and then a long downtrend, and probably going to do the same thing again. So if this is to keep going up, that means the US dollar is going to be going down. All right, and that will fall in line with what I've already been saying for the last couple of weeks. Okay, if you look at my recent trade predictions, I told you that the US dollar will be headed down long term. It might go up in the short term, but long term it's going to go down. And who knows, with all this fighting going on in Ukraine right now, there's a lot of turmoil in the market right now. Okay, so we don't know what's going to happen with the euro, British pound, any of that. But something's got to give. Something's got to go up. Something's got to go down. And all this Forex, in my opinion, is already pre-planned, pre-calculated somewhere in a laboratory. Okay, because there's so many different patterns that form. All right, so it's not random. Okay, it's not like the cryptocurrency market where somebody can just post a tweet on Twitter and the price will shoot up, you know, 5,000 points in a day. It just doesn't happen like that in the Forex world. It's all regulated and controlled by the big banks and big governments. So anyhow, what's going to happen this week? Well, we can see it's clearly going up. I think in the first half of the week, maybe Monday or Tuesday, it might dip down again. But by the end of the week, the price should be higher than where it is right now. Okay, if I look at some other time frames, the 1 hour shows to go up and the 4 hour shows to go up as well. If I zoom out on the 4 hour chart, okay, we can see that we have a long ways to go if this is going to be going up. But overall, you know, since this only shows up to September of last year, if I shift the chart, then we can see that it was much higher. This is all the way back in July of last year, right? So it has been dropping for a long time. So it's taken, you know, over half a year, probably about, you know, 9 or 10 months for this to drop. But if it took that long to drop, it's going to take that long to go back up. So you typically, when you have a long drop, you have a flat range of market and then a reversal. So that's where we are right now, is getting ready for a reversal uptrend, and it's going to be a long uptrend, probably the next 6 months. Okay, so we can count on that going up in the future, and if that does, then the US dollar is going to tank. It's going to drop. Let's move on to Great British Pound versus the US dollar. Okay, again, this one had a big drop around the middle of the week. Wednesday and Thursday it dropped, and then it's starting to go back up slowly. Okay, not quite like the euro, but it is going up a little, and I think it will continue to go up. If you look at the 4-hour chart, we see here that yes, we have a strong level of support. It dipped down, and we have a blue arrow now, and it is, you know, slowly going up. Okay, right now we're kind of in a flat range of market, as you can clearly see. Okay, it's just traveling sideways as of this moment. Okay, now this is all on Friday, so Fridays are typically a slow day to trade anyhow, so we don't know, you know, what's going to happen here in the beginning of the week. But I'm guessing that probably Monday and Tuesday we're not going to see a whole lot of action. Okay, by Wednesday this is going to pick back up, and I think this will continue to go up. Okay, for most of the week. All right, do expect a lot of sideways movement, but the price should end a lot higher than where it is right now. You will not see a massive gain, but if you look in the past, okay, look right here in the past, you see kind of the similar thing. The price was riding sideways and then it just shot up. Price was riding sideways and then it just shot up. Okay, so count on it going up, you know, this week for sure. How high will it gain? I don't know, but I would definitely be looking to buy the Great British Pound versus US dollar. Moving on to AUD USD. Okay, we see a similar thing where the price dipped down, okay, around the middle of the week and then shot back up. This one shot up a lot more. What's interesting is this one is it has a red arrow. So yeah, it's kind of strange how this one's got a red arrow now. So should it be going down or going up? We don't really see it going down, and it is very possible. This is only a 30-minute time frame, so it's very possible that this could go up even higher. Now I do remember that with my magnificent trend indicator, it's only going to show you arrows that go with the bigger trend. All right, so we already had a red arrow followed by a lower red arrow, so typically that means that this will be going down. So interesting to note what's going to happen. So not every currency pair is the same, not everything follows the same patterns. So will this be going up? It's showing signs, you know, it's showing bullish trends right now. We have a low right here. The price drop made a low, has a higher low right here. Okay, and then another low which is at the same point. So I don't know. We're in pretty much in a flat range of market. But if we zoom out on the 4-hour chart here and we just get a bigger picture, bird's eye picture of what's happening, we can see that the market has been dropping for quite some time. All right, and it is starting to show some bullish signs in the market, so it should be going up long term. Okay, and the reason I say that is because other currency pairs are going to be going up long term, like I already stated, the Great British Pound, Euro, like that. So this should be going up long term as well. Now, like I said, every pair is not the same, so we cannot say that this will be going up long term. I think we're going to see some flat range of markets over the next few weeks with a slight uptrend. Okay, if you look right here, this is on the 4-hour chart. We have here, let me refresh this so you can see better. We have a high right here followed by a higher high. What does that mean? Okay, that means we are starting to go into an uptrend. Okay, but we still need a blue arrow to form. So what I think, you know, I don't know. We have look in the past. The past tip will repeat itself at some point. And here we have a blue arrow. We have no red arrows here. We got 3 blue arrows in a row going up. Okay, that's beautiful uptrend. And so I know this is not the same thing, but we had a nice uptrend here and then a big downtrend. So we have a nice uptrend here and then a big downtrend. Except this time we got red arrows here. So what I think is going to happen, and again, the US dollar has to go up for this to go down. If the US dollar is going to be going down, this will go up. So it is very confusing. But I'm not a fortune teller, as we know. But what I think is, we have a red arrow followed by a higher red arrow. We'll have a blue arrow followed by a higher blue arrow. Now, where would that blue arrow form? Well, we have a support right here. Okay, and like I said, we got this support here followed by higher, and actually this one is just slightly higher. Okay, but pretty much at the same level. What I think is going to happen is the price is going to dip back down, and we're going to see it touch here. Okay, it should form a blue arrow here or somewhere in here. Okay, I cannot say exactly where, and that's what's going to happen. Now, right now, if we just look at this, okay, what's going to happen this week? Well, the price dipped down, shot back up. Where's the next place it's going to go? It's down. Okay, we already got a red arrow. So, yeah, it is showing bullish signs. What I would do right now, if you wanted to, you could actually place a sell trade right now, but I would also put, we have a resistance right here. I would put a sell limit pending order just slightly below. So if you place a sell trade now and then put an additional sell limit pending order a few hundred points above, okay, that way if the trade you place right now goes in the drawdown, it won't matter because you'll have another trade to catch that on the reversal. Okay, then you have, in the final, you'll have 2 trades that close in profit. And all you have to do is wait for the next blue arrow to form. And it will eventually. Okay, that's pretty much a guarantee. It's just, will it form a blue arrow this week? I cannot promise that. But it's definitely looking like it will. So, you know, just count on that. From, we had a big uptrend here, 3 blue arrows in a row, starting in the beginning of December, lasted all the way until the next red arrow here, which was the middle of January. So about a month and a half almost. Okay, you're looking at about 5-6 weeks. Here we're looking at, from this blue arrow to this red arrow, this is the end of January to almost the end of February. Okay, so you're looking about, you know, 3 or 4 weeks. So if this is, in fact, if this is the final red arrow and the next is the blue arrow, you might be looking at another couple weeks before we see another blue arrow form. Okay, but do count on this to be dropping this week. So I would probably bet all my money that this is going to drop, and I'll be looking to sell, not buy. Okay, just keep in mind that this has been bullish for the last few weeks, but even though we got red arrows, it's still going up. So, but now we got a pretty strong level of resistance where we've hit many times before. So I feel like this will be dropping. Moving on to US dollar versus the Swiss franc. Okay, now if the other one had a dip in the middle of the week, okay, the previous ones we showed you, this right here had a spike up in the middle of the week. All right, so here we clearly see that this was definitely going up this past week, and there is no red arrow formed yet. So this would mean that it's probably going to go up some more. So if it goes up, then this Australian dollar is going to go down, Great British Pound is going to go down, Euro is going to go down. I don't know, but like I said, the Euro should be going up, the Great British Pound should be going up. It's going to be a long road up. And for the US dollar, what needs to occur is for this to drop. Okay, now we did not have a red arrow yet, so, but we did see a big gain here. Okay, And typically, whatever goes up must come down. That's just how Forex works. If we go to the 4-hour chart here on USD CHF, and I zoom out, we see we had a big high point resistance here. I want to mark that for you. Okay, that's a high point there. So, and there's another high point right here, even though there's no red arrow, but that is a resistance right there. We have to take note of that. So it's very, very possible that this will form a red arrow here at this point. Okay, if this is in fact going into a downtrend, then that is what's going to happen. We're going to see a red arrow form here, which would mean we'd have a red arrow here followed by a lower red arrow. And I feel very strongly that's what's going to happen this week. So I would not be looking to buy right now for the US dollar. Okay. And yeah, there's a lot of fighting going on, war breaking out in Ukraine, and we don't know exactly how that's going to affect the markets. Okay. But like I've talked to a lot of people about this. I've had people question me about this. There have been wars in the past. Okay. And yes, it might slightly affect the Forex market, but you know, the Dow Jones stock market, those all get affected by different things. Okay, not just war breaking out. You know, 9/11 took a big hit on the economy, but it rebounded. All right, so everything goes in cycles. So don't worry about the war, what's going on, and all that political nonsense. Okay, all this Forex is controlled by big banks, and the banks want you to lose so they can make money. Okay, so they're not interested so much what goes on in Ukraine. They care about how they can trick you into buying or selling and making the price go the opposite way. So anyhow, we just have to be a little bit smarter than the banks or the brokers, right? And we just have to be able to identify the trends in the market. And that's the nice thing about Forex, is it always follows trends and patterns. If you zoom out here on the 4-hour chart, look at this. This is a good example of what I'm talking about. We have a lot of high points here. Okay, we have these two red arrows at approximately the same exact place, followed by a lower red arrow here. Okay, we have a lower and then a lower and then a higher, but I think we're going to form a red arrow here, which we've already done in the past. So it is looking like this would be going down long term. If I zoom out a little more, that's as far as I can zoom out. Let me shift the chart. Yeah, we see the price have been going up some for the last year or so, more than a year, probably the last 16 months. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, like I said, anything that goes up must come down, and I think this will be coming down probably for the next 6 months. So anyhow, this week, let me shift the chart over. I'm going to clear these lines real quick. What's going to happen this week is that the price will probably go up a little bit more starting on Monday and Tuesday, and then around Wednesday we will see the price dip back down and continue to drop. Okay, so if this price continues to drop, then the euro is going to go up, Great British Pound is going to go up, Australian dollar is going to go up. Okay, possible with this Australian dollar. Okay, like I said, every currency pair is kind of unique. Okay, not everything follows the exact same pattern, but we do see that the US dollar will be dropping this week. Same thing here with US dollar versus Japanese yen. Okay, again, this is a little bit different, right? Every currency pair is not the same. So this one here definitely did go up this past week. Will it be dropping? I don't know, but I do feel that it's going to be dropping at some point. If we look at the 4-hour chart right here, on the 4-hour chart, we clearly see that we have a blue arrow going up, and that we're waiting for a red arrow. Okay, So it's okay. Look at this right here. This is a perfect trend line going uphill. So what we're waiting on is for this trend line to break. Okay, so if we mark that resistance and we look at this trend line here, what might happen, I'm not saying this will happen, but what we have here is called a rising wedge pattern. Okay, and when you form a wedge like that, the price will get stuck. Eventually the price will go up, touch this line, and then get stuck inside of here and then break out. All right, but it's not a guarantee it's going to go that high. It could go a little bit lower, like right here. We also have a high point right here, which it hit before, but if you look at it where it is now, it's already broke that, so that's not going to work. Okay, so it's definitely going to go higher. The next high point is right here. Now there is no red arrow right here, but that's okay. It could form a red arrow again at this point. So if it does, then the price will get stuck right in here and then break out. Okay, so I personally think that's what's going to happen this week. Okay, so right now, to me, right now is not a good time to buy. Yes, you could buy right now and get a few hundred points. Not a problem. But the thing is, it's already spiked up. Okay, you already lost the initial wave right now. What I would do is I would wait for the next red arrow and then get ready to place a sell trade. But no matter what, okay, we have a trend line here. We have a nice trend line going up. If this breaks by 2 or 3 candles, then sell. That simple. All right, but make sure you have a red arrow before you sell. Okay, I would consider that important, is that you have a red arrow. So moving on to last but not least, US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. We see here again the price spiked up in the middle of the week, but we had a nice drop back down. Wow. So like I said, every currency pair is not the same, does not follow the same patterns exactly, but we do see that we had a big spike up, big rally for the US dollar, and now it's dropping back down. Will it continue to drop? Interesting, because we had a nice spike up and a nice spike down, some nice movements either way. So whatever drops goes back up, whatever goes up comes down, vice versa, right? So it's kind of looking like it's going to go up. The only problem is, if you look at the 4-hour chart, it's showing to go down, right? So we had this in a pretty much flat range of market for quite some time. If you notice, we have a blue arrow followed by a higher blue arrow, and then we got a red arrow followed by a higher red arrow. What does that mean? Well, that means we're going into an uptrend. So if the US dollar, Swiss Franc, Japanese yen, USD, JPY, if all those pairs are going down, then this one should be going down also. But there's a lot of protests in Canada, and the Canadian economy is hurting right now. So if the Canadian economy is hurting, that's going to allow the US dollar to gain traction. So it's very possible that this currency pair could be going up. If I zoom out on the 4-hour chart, we can see that yes, this has been going up overall for quite some time, but we hit a lot of high points here, which if I mark this high point here, I think, well actually this is the highest right here. Okay, but basically this is a very strong level of resistance. Okay, and we're almost there right now. Will this go up even more? I think so. Okay. Right the moment, right now, we're showing to go down, and it's already dropped. Okay. So what I think, me personally, this week, this particular week, what's going to happen is opening this week, probably Monday and Tuesday, you'll see the price go back up some more. And then around Wednesday or so, Wednesday going to Thursday, we see the price go back down, and the price will probably end about where it is now, probably lower. We might possibly see a blue arrow form. I don't know. Okay, from this blue arrow to this red arrow, you're looking at about the 10th of February all the way to the 24th, 25th of February. So, you're looking at about 12, 13 days for this, for this time period right here in between arrows. Here is only 1 day. So for another blue arrow to form, it's going to be at least another week. All right. I'm willing to bet that this week we will not see a blue arrow. Okay. Probably going into the following week, we will see the blue arrow form. What's going to happen is we're going to see a lot of range in market, and then the price will dip back down even lower and form a blue arrow. If we mark this, you can see a strong level of support, and that would probably be roughly about where you're going to see another blue arrow form. Okay, further out down the road. Okay, so just imagine this price going up, going down, maybe going up again, and then dropping more. Okay, so right now we only have red arrows. If you put on a 15-minute chart, okay, look at that nice downtrend here. Okay, we might see another red. You might see the price go back up some, and this is on the 15-minute chart, but you might see another red arrow form on the 15-minute time frame, indicating the sell. So do count on this dropping in the beginning of the week. Okay, around the middle of the week, count on it going back up again. Okay, and moving on into the next week, we'll probably see it break this support and drop even lower. So, but for this week, I would count on, a lot of range of markets. You could sell right now and catch a few hundred points going down. That's not a big deal, but do be careful. Okay, if you only have red arrows, and the price shoots up around the middle of the week, I would not buy. Okay, yeah, you could, but make sure you have a blue arrow if you buy. Okay, so if you want to sell right now, catch a little bit of profit on the way down, you can. I would probably wait for the next blue arrow, and this is on a 30-minute time frame right here. Okay, but I would probably wait for the next blue arrow and then buy again. Okay, that's what I think is going to happen. Probably by Wednesday we'll have a blue arrow. Okay, probably Tuesday going to Wednesday, we should have a blue arrow form, and then you can buy. Okay, if you want to play it safe, wait for the blue arrow. But like I said, you could sell right now and catch a little bit of profit. All right, but the problem is it's already had a big drop. You already lost the wave. Okay, it's almost too late to sell now. So if you want to play it safe, wait for the next blue arrow and then buy. Okay, and then close it when you get the next red arrow again, right? Next opposite arrow. So anyway, I hope that helps you a little bit. Sorry for the hiccups. But if you have any questions or comments, just reach out to me on Facebook. I will put a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. You can contact me there first. Also put a link for my private Facebook group, and you can post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. Okay, so as I said, I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and let me know how I can help you. Thank you so much.